if you were to throw your weapon at the attacker, you would have a good chance of hitting your mark. Okay, so earlier today, I booted up this game. I wanted to make sure there was no problems. So I booted up the game and I played through like 30 minutes of it to make sure that it was working and it would stream without any issues. And during that time, when I was just blasting through the options, I allowed Hayden to break free of his own, and he didn't make it. So I'm going to hurl my weapon at the attacker. I'm guessing it's going to legitimately lose my weapon doing this. Your aim is true, and the hit jars Hayden loose. Lurching to his feet, Hayden clambers up the base of the rocks. As he nears the top, however, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. But diving out onto the hard rock, you manage to catch hold of it. Securing his other hand, you pull with waning strength, and it feels as though your arms might be jerked from their sockets. They hold just long enough for Hayden to set his feet and join you on the trembling ledge. Hear a deep resonance to the swelling wind. There's a deep resonance to the swelling wind now. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside the cavity of your own chest as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances. As you dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight. Ooh, we're loading into the dungeon. What's that now and what happened to the pumpkin? One of the dialogues, 8 pillars strapping it. Woke up Saracen.
Was that?
A Bewick. Had to be.
Then we're lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside.
Alright, so I don't know why I have a space pig fun pet. I don't know if that's just literally for fun. I don't know that it does anything. Requires nothing in return, save companionship. Okay, so stuff we've gotten so far. Okay, yep, my weapon's gone. So, interesting. But we saved the rogue. Let's equip this hatchet. The most important thing for this would-be tank is deflection. So we're going to put on that better shield. And daggers. Lockpicks. Pets are just for fun in this game? Gotcha. So it is a vanity pet. Oh my gosh, Godface with a party of 10. Thank you, my friend. We're actually starting a new game tonight. We beat Pathfinder yesterday / this morning.
But what now?
We look for another way out. Storm has to die sometime.
But yeah, for anyone who's just joining in from Godface channel, we're just starting Pillars of Eternity 1. It's an RPG game. Who attacked us? Glenfathens, they're the would-be hut dwellers the demo warned you about. Looks to be the Fangs of Galawain, who are the twitchiest of the lot. They go ruin to ruin looking for fights with colonists. Poor Adema. I think you have expected this once we lost the main road. What happened out there? Windstorm, of a kind they only get in Air Glanfath. Not too many people live through them, so it's hard to know what's true. The Glenfathan word is Biawak. To them, it's the gods' way of reaping the souls of the land that couldn't find their own way out, but they'll take a living soul as soon as a dead one. You still got yours? Alright, let's go. Yeah, this is Pillars of Eternity. Let's put it back on double. We can play in double speed when we're not in combat.
Be quiet.
So, Pillars of Eternity is an RPG by
We should move.
Obsidian Entertainment. There is expansions and also Pillars of Eternity 2. This whole series is pretty new to me. I played the first one only to Act 2 a long time ago. So a lot of this is new to me, so I'm really excited for that. But it has a lot of depth. You can see, like, right here, here's the character sheet. You see, like, how many different stats there are. There's a lot to play with. And right now, we're sneaking around these ruins. Kobold? Trembling, sickly creature emerges from the dark clutching a spear. Knobby elbows and thin ribs show through its scaly flesh, but you recognize it as a Zarep. It watches you cautiously, breathing in ragged sighs. I won't hurt you if you won't hurt me. He recoils, fingers still wrapped tightly around its spear. The creature cocks its head and approaches you, a soft clicking sound emanating from the back of its throat. It sniffs around you and finds nothing of interest. It steps back and resumes its defensive posture. Raise arms and stand still? Nothing different. Back away. Okay, well. We'll come back to that.
Quickly and quietly.
Look at the tiles. What are those symbols?
The Eastern Reach is a dangerous place full of lurking enemies and carefully concealed secrets. Enable scouting mode to move stealthily and search for hidden objects like traps and secret doors. Alright, when I...
Look.
Oh. Oh my gosh, is every square here, Oh, you get XP for each one of these? Oh my god. Well, I'm glad disarming traps is fast. Yo, if I had just run across this would have set off... What is that,
Look.
25 explosions? I'll take it, we're farming. Glad the disarm trap graphic is fast. I'm guessing there's another way around, though, because if I had let the rogue die earlier, then I would have been able to do this. The kobolds chased you from the stolen lands.
That roundish symbol. I'm pretty sure I saw it on one of the tiles back
Symbol
there.
of a patterned circle is inscribed on this pillar. An unlit brazier sits at its base. It could be lit as if you had the means. Quick story. One time I was the dungeon master. It was one of my first times DMing a game of Dungeons & Dragons. And I was describing a room to some people. And I was like, the room is filled with pillars that cast shadows on the walls, lit only by 5 burning braziers. I read this as braziers. Golden braziers on the walls, and everyone else starts laughing at me, and I'm like, what? And they're like, do you mean braziers? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, you just described golden bras that were on fire hanging from the hallway. And I was like, god damn it. Completely ruined the immersion. Use the torch to light the brazier. Flames kindle swiftly. Okay, does something happen if I light all of these? Huh.
They'll never know I'm
Let's
here.
go back into Sneaky Sneak. Oh. Oh, they saw me. They saw me. Alright.
Seal me.
Alright.
Me too.
As long as the enemy is locked on anyone other than the rogue, it's fine.
Damn! Miss!
Alright.
Seal me.
Oh, I'm hitting keyboard combinations for Pathfinder. They don't work anymore. I found a dead guy. He's got a poleaxe.
No problem.
They'll never know I'm here.
Where'd that slime come from?
Viscous and oily, the muck clings to anything it touches. Oh, it said my name. Is that Tortuccio's voice? I'm not sure. It's the alternate way to shut off the floor traps. Ah. A viscous slick of something dark and tar-like runs down the wall. Oh, that's horrific. The shapes and bulges in the ooze suggest that something lies beneath it, but you can't tell what. Oh, we can use the water skin we got earlier. Didn't I need to drink this to stay alive and not die? Whatever. Use the water skin to clean off the ooze. It actually changed the graphic. You rinse the ooze away, revealing an intricate relief of a man's face. The sunburst surrounding it has chipped away in places, but the details of its head, from the tight curls of hair to the ridges of its pointed ears, still showcase remarkable craftsmanship. So, elf, one eye socket is empty, a gem fills the other. And there's no option to steal the gem, so I'm guessing we have to find the second gem and do something with it. Okay.
They'll never know I'm here.
Sneaky breaky.
Wait, do you hear that?
You gained an item, a Gwenthian relief gem added to the stash. Oh, I think I just got the... Let's keep it on fast mode. I think I just got the gem for the relief. I'm really loving that I can double speed the game when we're not in combat. Place the gem in the socket. The chamber begins to rumble, a stray rocks dancing across the tile floor. Finally, a large section of the wall gives way.
Be quiet.
There's an enemy in there.
Quefe.
Hold on. Did I set... Let's do all of this. Let's try that.
What's neat?
Is there loot in there? Yeah, there is. Something else there too. Oh, a cloak. What was that? Oh, went to the... Here we go. Minor Cloak of Protection. Oh, cool. +5 to Fortitude, Reflex, and Will saves. So it's kind of like a cloak of resistance from Pathfinder. Not bad cloth animation in this game. It's not the finest, but it's certainly not shabby. Superman. Alright. So, there's like an urn here, but I can't click on it without killing this Zorip. Guys, do we murder the Zorip, or do we want to be friends with the Zorip? Oh, shoot.
Quefe.
I wasn't stealth though. Can you backstab in this? Like, if you come over here, can you do more damage? Yeah, it says sneak attack. I think he can. Oh, wow. Oh, nice. So it actually rewards me for moving him around behind.
We could get through.
Why Tiger votes murder it. Oh wait, there's a new option. Give Skulder meat to the creature. His nostrils flare at the scent of fresh meat, and its eyes dart between you and the food. It creeps toward the prize, shoving the spear into your grip and snatching the meat with both hands at the last moment. Its gullet quivers as it devours the flesh in noisy chomps. So he gave me a spear? And, okay. Alright, well, I got a free spear and I got the loot. I like his little, like, cute cat emotes and how psycho they are. They amuse me greatly. Cracks run along this wall from floor to ceiling. A light gust of air passes through it. So I found a hammer and chisel earlier, so it's giving me this option. Use the hammer and chisel to weaken the wall. Sweat beads your forehead, your muscles ache. Continue. After several long moments, you begin to see light on the other side. With a final tap... I love the sounds. Several blocks of stone shift, then tumble loose, clearing a gap just wide enough to pass through.
Stay quiet.
I could scout ahead, see what's around the corner.
Oh my. Oh wow. What was that? Those weird, like, screamy attacks they did? It just deleted the rows. Hey, every one of them had a cone attack.
Damn!
Oh, I saw a 40. Spirit hit really hard there. Okay.
No
I
problem.
wonder if I should rest now, or if I should push this further. So every time you get knocked out in combat, you get an injury. So like, look, twisted ankle, minus 25 reflex, severe wound, minus 50% healing. You got scared of screams. Killing everything was just one of my greatest achievements of Morrowind. Aw, what a bully.
Fresh air in here. I think we found an exit.
Quietly.
Sounds like the storm path, too.
Quefe.
Fight didn't last long enough to even do the summon that time. Alright, is F5 quick save in this game? Yes, it is. Excellent. Guys, the quick save is quick. Chef Smitty, ahoy, how's it going?
They'll never know I'm here.
Alright, let's try to do this a little smarter this time. Okay, so it does yellow and then red, and then they find you. Ooh, they get an attack of opportunity when they see you. There we go, and 3 chance.
Crow dance.
Ah, the rogue is derping. The rogue is derping. Yes, you're too late, rogue. You were no help that time. How are the loading screens? After Pathfinder, they're amazing. There's a loading screen at the end of the level. We're almost at the end of this one. If you're going to be here for another minute, you'll get to see it. They're not bad by any means. Was that a helmet? Yeah. It doesn't have any stats, but we can look like a bullet. The double speed out of combat looks great. Don't remember it being there back when I played this. I can see it backfire when trying to sneak. Yeah, I can turn it on and off. You see right there? Like, it says fast mode active right here, and I can toggle it. So, like, if I'm doing the stealth, it's really noticeable when I have it off. There is a slow mode as well, so you can do slow, normal, or double speed out of combat. I completely turned the slow, but because it has a pause, I felt like I didn't need a slow button. Alright, here's a loading screen. Let's see how long this takes, man animal. That was it. I'm sure some will be worse than others, but that was a load. After this one, will you play number 2? It's cool because your choices in this one can affect the second one if you want. GC Hero, if I'm gonna answer this how I answer all questions about like what will I stream that next. If I'm having fun and there's a decent amount of people watching, yes, I will. If I notice that I'm having fun, but like everybody has left because, God help me, I'm playing Fortnite or something, then I won't. Or if I'm not having fun at all and it's just like, you know, torture to get through it, then I'm going to switch games. Alright, so down the cliff we're seeing something spoopy going on. Older, robed man. 4 figures stand before an otherworldly apparatus or ancient structure of chiseled adra and metallic veins, ominous and looming like a silent observer. Standing motionless in their midst is what appears to be a human body, colorless as stone, this thing right here, or ash. The other figures gaze upon it in what might be contemplation. From your vantage point, you are well obscured from their view. The figure closest to the machine stands out among them. A thick gray beard frames a face otherwise hidden beneath a metallic mask. His faded robes are embroidered with a runic language unlike anything you have ever seen, and he wears a strange black headdress with 2 protrusions that jut out like the wings of some malevolent creature.
Oathbinder, bear witness, and see this man has kept his word true to his last breath, full to his blood's last drop. Guide his soul, queen that was, and regard it among your favored. Let his life by the key be his confession. Let his death by the key be his absolution. May he walk the world ever free of the crushing weight of the book.
Also, man animal, if you're still here, this is of course purely Mukluk's opinion and purely my attempt at constructive criticism. When I was rating you earlier, not rating you, sorry, when I was watching your stream earlier and you were talking about trying to find someone to raid, anytime when I personally am looking for, like, my stream is ending, I'm looking to raid someone, if there's no one I know online who is currently playing a similar genre, like, yeah, they might be like, oh my god, Muck raided me for 10 people, but then if it's something that those viewers don't care about, like if I raid someone doing a NASCAR game, most of those people won't stay more than a minute. So I typically, if there's no one I know playing a similar genre, I'll find someone else, even if I don't know them playing the same game, raid them, maybe hang out in the chat for a couple of minutes, just, you know, to socialize, And often, it might not always by a long shot, but often they'll get me back like within a week or two. And so I've made a lot of connections doing that.
Your brother has done his part, and you have seen the power of his contribution. I will accept no further hesitation from the rest of you. In the sight of the queen that was, will you fulfill the oath? Will you take your place beside your brother in the endless esteem of her memory that is without flaw? Step forth, and be assured of the great worth of your life's course.
So this guy just did some kind of self-sacrifice and turned to stone, and he's telling these other people he expects them to do the same? Oh, I'm the same. I'm the same. This looks like that Biowac stuff earlier. Did they make the Biowac? For an instant, the apparatus goes quiet and the air is still. Then all at once, it erupts with a concussive surge. Lights flood your vision and you are knocked to the ground. Your head snaps back as you land and pain wells into the back of your skull, washing your last thoughts away into the black unconscious void. I had a helmet on. Does that help? You open your eyes to a different place another time. You stand in a circular room, grand and domed, its walls lined with Adra and trimmed with copper. The style is ancient, but the chamber is unweathered. At the far end, a great pillar of Adra pierces the... is it Adra or Adra? Pierces the floor from below, its shimmering texture giving the illusion of boundless depth. Encircling the pillar is an apparatus much like the one you have just seen, but immense and multifaceted and intertwined. Your thoughts are yours and not yours, and they seem to exist before you think them, and they are all questions. Pressing questions, troubling questions, questions that must be answered, or... At the base of the pillar now, you see a man in a thick gray beard and ceremonial robe, crowned with a strange ornamental headdress. You know this man. You're walking towards him now at a pace that is hurried while trying not to appear so. You have something you want to ask him, one question above all, and the question spins madly in your mind. Ah, the other people are statues now. Oh, did my party die? You awaken to find your Malias has broken, only to be replaced with something far more concerning. Faint whispers are audible at the edge of your hearing, like a ringing in your ears that does not subside. Movement flits through your periphery, but when you turn to look, you see no sign of whatever it was. You find your gaze regularly darting this way and that, an involuntary paranoid tick. If this is a sickness, it may be dangerous to go without treatment for long. Spoiler to answer that question. Hi friends, let's not work. The figures at the machine stand frozen in place, flesh and blood replaced by cinders and ash. The man who led them is nowhere to be seen. One of your characters has become fatigued. Fatigue represents the physical and psychological wear and tear of demanding activity on a character. It is most commonly received as an injury when a character is knocked out, but some scripted interactions will also result in fatigue if they are especially grueling. Hayden and Kaliska lie bloody on the uneven cobbles, their bodies twisted unnaturally in death. You are alone and far from help. Gilded Veil may be your best hope of receiving treatment before things get worse. So I get to loot my dead friends for everything they had. It's just me and the piggy now. I leveled up, though. Your character has earned enough XP to advance a level. Click the icon on the portrait to level them up. We figured that out. Again, it's such a weird thing, but the chainmail looks really nice. Alright. Lore. Actually, hold on. Someone said that I need a couple of points in athletics to get by. So let's do that. Dead as shit like them. Piggy. Alright, so, as chat requested, I put a few points in athletics just for requirements, and this is going to be the lore monkey. As soon as I get another party member, I'll have someone else become the mechanics person for disarming traps and stuff. So I get to pick another spell. Oh wait, no I don't. It says remaining 0. Oh wait, no, that's why, because it had that selected. I can get the skeletons, but I think if this is... I vaguely remember when I briefly tried this game, the skeletons were way weaker than that ghost thing I was using. This thing is a large cone interrupt, and it does damage and stuns, so this could have uses. The Thunder Rolled song. Okay. This unlocks Thunder Rolled like waves on black seas. Main animal, my character is a chanter, and I'm making him a tank, and he, a chanter is kind of like a bard, but basically they're chanting constantly, so they have a lot of constantly running spells. Yeah, it's kind of like a bard. So basically, you pick verses, and it's like they'll just keep repeating them. So like right now, I have one that constantly raises our party speed, and one that constantly lowers the enemy's damage by like 10%, but it's always running like an aura. And then every 3 chants, he gets to do an invocation, which is like a big finale effect. So he's just like, you know, bum 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 bum, and then there's a big thing that happens. So it's kind of like a caster, but you can be a chanter while being a tank, a chanter while using a gun, a chanter while using a bow and arrow or an axe, whatever. It's not restricted to one weapon type. I'm trying to make a tank one because it was interesting to me, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we got to pick a talent, and look at these options. Oh my. Hold the line lets you tank 1 additional target. There's Fortitude, Bull's Will. Weapon and shield style are increase and grant and bonus character. So it's got to be either weapon and shield or hold the line. Weapon and shield will help more against 1 target. Hold the line just allows me to get hit by 2. Probably weapon and shield first, then hold the line second, I would imagine. Oh, okay, good. Me and Verso came to the same conclusion. Great minds. All right. So you notice right now the green bar is not full. Whoa. Why am I seeing some dude on the rack? You guys hear that? It's like, I hear dead people. After leveling a character up, you may want to review their statistics. Open the character sheet to see their attributes, skills, abilities, and talents in great detail. Alright. So, with the chanter, like, you set up verses, and right now he goes like, debuff them, speed us up. Debuff them, speed us up. And he just does those two, back and forth, back and forth. And I can, you know, I can remove one if I want to, and he'll just do that on repeat, but I don't want to do that. So it's like, that's when the first chant wears off, and then the second one starts, and, you know, it's going to wear off. So basically, he can keep both of these going once he gets started. And after 3 chants, he gets to do a big spell. Okay, so the people whose whatever happened, their spirits fed into this thing. Vessel flesh. I'm seeing Jesus. What did you guys do to me? Why do I see dead people now? Springberry. Pilgrim's Crown. Is there anything else I can do with this big gizmo? The massive structure is formed of stone, adra, and copper and covered in strange glyphs. The air around it vibrates with an unusual energy. Okay. I guess I gotta go to Valewood. This will take 6 hours. Yeah, the other class I had my eye on is the Cypher. And they do damage in any way, and after they've done enough damage, they build up enough charge to unleash a spell, and one of their spells is called Puppet Strings. It grabs an enemy and basically makes it switch sides for a few seconds. You can make enemies fight each other. Okay, let's do a quick save. We have 2 camping logs, so I can rest 2 times if I have to. Oh, and here's more camping supplies. Alright, that's cool. Major fatigue. Now remember, this guy, I'm going maximum defense, and then any damage this person does is just through summon, so I don't have to worry about his muscles, basically. You're gonna have less snack breaks and bathroom breaks, that's for sure, Rockin'.